Welcome to All Things Internet. I am your host, Rachel Ballinger. This is a show where we talk about things we see on the internet that usually have to do with the internet, but we don't fact check or research anything. Sometimes maybe we do. I'm here with my beautiful mother. Say hi, Mom.
Hi.
And we're going to just jump right into this. My
All
mom
right.
was supposed to come up with the holidays for today.
I did that.
Oh, good. She did it. Let's hear them, Mom.
It is Nature Photography Day.
Photograph that nature, y'all.
Yeah. And National Smile Power Day.
But don't tell a woman to smile.
What?
Haven't you heard that? Never tell a woman to smile?
No.
It's like a thing that Blaze just walked in the room unannounced. Hold on 1 second. Like, it's the thing that, like, all these old white guys would, like, walk past girls and be like, you should smile. You look prettier when you smile. And it's like a stupid, like, sexual harassment thing. Anyway, never tell a woman to smile. She can frown if she wants.
Well,
my dog. Can we all just
happy,
look at my dog?
Smile.
Look at the dog.
What up in the air?
Okay. Anyway, but the power of a smile does go a long way. I smile a lot.
Yeah.
And I hate when I'm wearing a mask and I can't smile at
yes,
people.
yeah.
I'm
or you're
smiler.
on a walk and you're
Yeah.
masked up and you got sunglasses on, and I wear this sun hat because I'm
Same.
of that age that I wear a sun hat.
I wear a hat now when I walk.
And it's like, you know, you do the head nod, but they can't see that your eyes are squinting. Yes. You're smiling, and you got to, yeah.
Yep.
You got to be a happy head nod.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm aware.
Tuesday is National Fudge Day.
Fudge.
Fudge.
I like fudge.
And Wednesday is National Eat Your Vegetable Day.
You should always eat your vegetables.
Yeah.
Vegetables are delicious.
And I want appreciation out there for this next one. Not for me, but it's Global Garbage Man Day.
Oh, yeah. Those garbage men need to... I feel like our garbage men never have to touch the trash. And I feel like garbage men other places do. Like,
Yeah.
I'll see videos of these trash guys having to, like, get out of their truck and, like, grab trash cans and stuff. Ours is just
It's a little clamp and then boop.
Yeah, it's like a little system that comes out and grabs it and throws it, and then, like, it's a driver.
I'm so grateful for them.
Yeah, and I feel like everyone needs to have those. Why is that not a thing?
I don't know.
This is strange to me. So shout out to the garbage men, whether you drive the trucks that have the machinery or you're out there grabbing the trash with your
And
hands.
why are they called garbage men? Aren't there garbage women?
I'd assume so.
I would think so. Because you're supposed to say postal worker, not postman anymore.
I say mailman. I'm supposed to say postal
Mailman,
worker?
post. I don't know what the etiquette is.
The
Just
verbiage.
tell them thank you.
Why did they have to be so gender, like, they were so obsessed with gender back in the day, being like, you're a postman. Don't let anyone say anything different. Like, why couldn't it just be postal worker the whole time?
I know.
I'm glad it's changing.
Or stewardesses. What are they?
Flight attendants?
Flight attendants. See, they changed that.
Yeah, I say flight attendant.
I'm of the old day. Stewardess or
So you are making the transition. Thoughtful transition.
I keep trying.
Yes.
But old tapes in the brain.
But the fact that you're making the thing, I'm proud of you. You're trying to make the switch. All right. Any other days?
No.
Mom, Father's Day is next Sunday.
Well, we'll talk about that next Sunday.
But the podcast is gonna be it's gonna happen for the podcast.
Father's Day is next Sunday.
In America. I know it's different everywhere else. In America, Father's Day is Sunday.
What are you going to do for your father?
I don't know. I was about to ask, does he need anything? Does he want anything?
I don't know. I know what Trent's getting him.
Oh, I do too. I already texted him about it.
Okay.
I don't have anything planned for him.
Well, something at the 99-cent store.
I'm not going to the 99-cent store right now. I'm not going anywhere but the grocery store.
Oh, well, something for 99 cents at the grocery store. He'll be happy.
I mean, I could get him an orange.
He likes gum.
Dad likes gum?
He chews gum when he walks the dog, apparently.
I've never seen Dad chew a piece of gum in my life.
I was just as shocked as you were, because we were going to go for a walk, and he's like, wait, I got to find my gum. And I'm like, what? And
in his pocket is always chapstick and tissues.
And keys.
Well, like when he gets to Colleen's house and he like unloads his pockets, the things that stay in his pockets are tissues and chapstick. I've never seen gum in his existence. This man has a very, like, we all know
Because
his
he doesn't
systems.
walk in LA. It's too hot.
How does he?
And he doesn't have to walk a dog.
I have rummaged through his drawers trying to find chapstick. I've never seen gum.
Gum.
I'm so
He chews
confused
gum
by
on his
this.
walks. I don't know why.
Is this
I
a
never
new
knew.
habit? Is this new?
It's new to me.
This is strange. What is he up to? I don't trust him.
I don't know.
All right. So are you done with your things?
I'm done.
With the holidays? All right.
On
Just so
holidays.
you guys know, we don't have a sponsor for today, but there's going to be a new way we set up the sponsorship things, just so you're all prepared.
Oh, prepare me. I don't know this.
I know. I haven't talked to you about it yet. It's pretty much, you're going to just hear a thing, but I'm creating slots so that so what happens, I'm just going to get into the realm of this. Why not? When a company buys an ad for me to say, I guarantee a certain amount of listens, and then I get paid based on the listens. So once they meet their listened mark, they paid for 1,000 listens and we hit 1,000 listens. And then it's the ad is still there. They're just getting more bang for their buck, right? So what my podcast people have done is basically I'm recording the ad separate now. And then I'm going to be like, okay, let's see if we have a sponsor for today. And then if we do, it's just going to roll into that.
No
talking.
segues?
No segues anymore, guys. So
those were my favorite.
I know. I'm really freaking good at segues, guys. Like, I'm really good at it. And it's annoying that I'm not going to be able to do it anymore. Maybe it'll happen. Maybe a sponsor will be like, no, I want it baked into the show. I need her to do a segue. You never know. But
those are the best.
They're great. So what's going to happen is... in between the holidays and the news, we're going to check to see if we have a sponsor. And then after the news, before the games, we'll check again. Okay. But there might not be. It's so that if they're like, you can throw in a new sponsor or take one out, it's just so that's it. And then on YouTube, it's just going to be a blank. I'll make a fun little screen with my recording voice over it. So next week we might do it for the first time. We don't know yet. But that might eventually happen. I thought I'd talk about it before we had a sponsor.
Oh, okay.
Also, before we do other news, I'm just announcing, sometimes some of you know my P.O. box. We're shutting it down for now. It's not safe. COVID.
Can't go pick it up.
My mom, the P.O. box is in my mom's town, and she was the one that picked it up for us and like sorted it, because I used to share it with Colleen. So she'd sort it for us. But I'm not going to make my mother go to the post office right now. Sorry. I love her too much. So we're shutting it down for now. And we'll see what happens. I don't know. But for right now, don't send me anything or else it'll get sent back to you. That's all. All right, Mom. The news for the day. Ready?
Dun, dun, dun.
Wait. Let's check to see if we have a sponsor right now.
Do we?
I don't know. We might put one in later. Who knows? Okay. Iggy Azalea. Do you know her?
She's a singer. Yeah, and she sang with Ariana Grande.
Yes. She's a rapper from Australia. Yeah. She's awesome. I've always liked her music. But she announced that she gave birth to a baby boy and no one knew she was pregnant.
What?
I gotta say, that's the way to do it. Like,
sneaky,
but like that's the way to do it, because then you don't get people bugging the crap out of you the entire time you're pregnant. Because listen, when you're pregnant, you don't need any of that. You're like, all you need to be focused on the fact that you're pregnant, because like that takes a lot of work.
You're growing a human.
You're growing a human being inside of your body. Like, come on, you don't need people's judgments and heckling and opinions. So she announced it, and she said she's going to keep his life private, but she didn't want anyone to think that he was a secret, because she loves him and she's obsessed with him. So he's not a secret, but his life will be private.
Good for her.
So I liked that. I loved it. Support her for sure. I hope everyone's happy and healthy. No one knows who the dad is. Well, I'm assuming she does.
None of our business.
It's none of our business. We don't need to know. I just hope everyone's happy and healthy.
Yay.
Do you watch The Bachelor? You're one of the people that watches it, right?
Not anymore. I haven't seen it in years.
I don't watch The Bachelor. I despise it, but I do watch Bachelor in Paradise.
Yep.
Because it's more of an even playing field. It's not one guy.
Ridiculous.
Bachelor in Paradise is so good. Calm down.
Ridiculous.
It's the best. what was the other Netflix one that just came out? Blind Love or something like that?
I don't know.
Where they fell in love before they saw each other? I don't remember. Who knows? But anyway, so The Bachelor has had like 1,000,000,002 seasons, and they've never had a black lead, like a black bachelor or bachelorette.
Yeah, they did in Bachelorette.
Rachel they did in Bachelorette, but not in Bachelor. They've never had a male bachelor that is black. So they announced this week that they are having their first black male bachelor, and his name is Matt James. Everyone was like, well, this is not genuine. Yeah, like you should have done this years ago, seasons ago. And I read the comments because I wanted to see what people were saying. I don't care about The Bachelor, but I had to read it. And there was one that was like, he's not black enough. His mom is white. And I was like, I didn't know that was a thing.
Not either.
I'm uneducated in this particular realm. I will educate myself, but I haven't yet. But I did not know that was a thing. So, all right then. But I'm hoping the ratings are good so that it keeps them being more diverse. Because I really hope the ratings just don't suck, because people are like, well, this isn't real, so I'm not going to watch it. I hope that's not what it is, but who knows? But I'm glad it's happened, but also the
Rachel
timing.
Married the guy she chose, and they're very happy.
Well, she's a smart woman. She chose right. Congratulations to her. I have no idea who you're talking about. I'm assuming it's the Black Bachelorette.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know who it is. I don't know anyone from the show.
I think that was probably the last season I watched.
Oh, okay. I think
so.
I've only watched Bachelor in Paradise, so I never see the people if they work out. I only see the people when they don't work out. I see the bad people. Or the great people that just like got the short end of the stick.
Yeah.
So when the celebrities, when COVID happened, so all these celebrities got together and sang Imagine together, and it was the most cringy thing in the world.
Yes.
Well, they've gone and done it again.
Oh, yay.
Celebrities got together virtually and said, they all said, wait, what is it? Where is the saying? I take responsibility is what they all said. They were saying, I take responsibility for the racism that's been propelled through Hollywood, being like, I saw it, I didn't stop it. They weren't
Did they sing?
No, they were just saying it. They just all went like this. I take responsibility. Like every clip was just another one saying, I take responsibility. Like, I get the thing behind it, but when are they going to learn? We don't need you to make a little video. We need you to be active. We need you to donate. We need you to be part of it. And not just, thank you for taking responsibility. But I don't get, like, if one just made a video. And
maybe some of them did actually do something.
Yes. Yeah. But I'm saying it's like, it feels like a show when they all get together and make a video all saying the exact same thing. If they all individually went on their Instagrams or their Twitters or whatever and all say, hey, I take responsibility. Here's a personal thing that's happened to me, blah, blah, blah. Or like, I'm with you guys 100%. That is more genuine than like everyone saying the same thing, acting all dramatic in a video. Like, it just seems weird. Like, did you guys not learn from Imagine? Can you not?
Apparently not. Was it the same people?
I don't know. I didn't watch them. I didn't watch either of them. I watched the 3 seconds of each and went, like, I don't like hate watching stuff. So if I don't like it, I turn it off. Yeah. I'm a very against hate watching because it doesn't add anything good. It doesn't do it. What?
I was hate watching today.
You were?
What? Bob Ross videos.
Oh, my mom. My mom tried a Bob Ross tutorial, livid that it was not filmed for my enjoyment. I was just getting, Mom, you don't know, I was getting text from Trent. My brother was there and he was texting me, and then my mom was texting me. Apparently, this really relaxing, fun tutorial just turned into a rage.
It was not fun.
You are Colleen, and Colleen is you.
Colleen's done 2 of them. She had fun.
Yeah, but she gets furious.
It's like, wait, he picked up a new brush. What brush is that? I don't have that brush. What is this brush? What's that?
I have to say,
where did he get that?
I have to say, you and I have basically the same artistic ability, which is 0. Colleen Christopher, Trent, Dad, all have that artistic, beautiful gene where they can just create something from nothing. I can do that with wood, Legos, a yard. I can't do that with painting or sewing or whatever. So Colleen is one of those people where she will create a beautiful painting and be like, this looks terrible. I'm like, girl, you don't know terrible. Give me
I should get my painting out here.
Oh, please.
I didn't even finish it. I was like,
I need to see
10 minutes in, and I'm like, I'm done. Okay.
But yeah, Colleen hates the Bob Ross tutorials too. She gets so furious at them. And at the end of each one, I'm like, oh wow, that turned out great. This is they're
beautiful. They're beautiful.
Like, Colleen, shove off.
and Dad does things super slow, and that's just how he is.
Yeah, Dad,
he's a slower mover.
He takes his time.
He takes his time.
Except with walking. He walks fast, and I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I know you trained him.
But it's like, okay, we did that. Move on. And he's still on them. And so you're waiting 20 minutes while the paint's drying to the next. It's like, no, I can't do this. Can't do this. Can't do this.
Well,
nope. Can't do it.
I've never attempted a Bob Ross tutorial because I know I would react the same way you did.
I got to have the exact same paints. And he doesn't tell you exactly, like, oh, this is a clean brush. Oh, well, I just mixed red and blue together.
You need someone to tell you to clean your brush.
And then I left the room, and about 10 minutes later, I hear Tim go, oh no, Gwen, Gwen. And his paint, because we were painting on trays.
Yeah.
And it
TV trays.
Flipped over.
Oh,
and
no.
Oil-based paint. The curtains and the floor. And he goes, I'm done. I just want to paint what I want to paint. So we have 2 unfinished Bob Ross paintings.
Well, I'm sure he could finish them. Did you get the oil off the curtains and the carpet?
It actually, I don't see any. I think it hit my bike instead.
Well, that's good.
No.
Oh.
We're going to move the curtains around. So that curtain is on the corner side where no one sees it.
There you go. Solved it.
He just laughed. It's like, whatever.
Well, things happen. That's fine.
Okay, talking about hate watching. There you go.
Oh, you were watching Bob Ross. All right. Got it.
But I love Bob Ross. He's a great guy.
Oh, he's great. I love his little quotes. I love that he just wanted to, paint and be happy.
Yeah, I was not. Okay.
That was like me. I took a self-knowledge mythology class my senior year of high school instead of an English class. I don't know. It was a weird class. I don't know what it was, but it was easier than just taking an English class. So I did. And we had to journal in it. And he always was like, okay, take out your journals. We're all going to do journaling time. So we're just going to do 30 minutes of silence and just journal. I was like, great.
No.
I get out my journal. And then he'd be like, so you could journal about what you did yesterday. And I couldn't journal because he kept talking.
Yeah.
And I kept losing my train of thought, and it would piss me for the full 30 minutes. This dude couldn't shut his freaking mouth because he was such a self-absorbed narcissist. I hated him. Zonius, shut your mouth, man.
Oh no.
But he had that same type of thing where it was like, okay, I get it, shut up. Yeah. Anyway. We have issues, Mom.
We do have issues. It's our problem.
It is our problem. All right. Back to news. So hashtag Vogue challenge went around Twitter. It was created by a black female. No, it's not. It's not Vogue.
Madonna?
It's not voguing. Not by Madonna.
Oh, okay.
It was where these. What happened was Vogue admitted that they don't have a lot of diversity in their magazine, and they're like, we don't have a lot of black models or photographers. We need to change that. And they don't. The covers of Vogue are never black. The models are never black. And so a black female was like, fine. So she created a challenge, the Vogue challenge, where you just take, black women are supposed to take like their most beautiful photos and Photoshop the Vogue things on it to make it look like they're the cover of the Vogue magazine.
Oh, I like that.
And man, this hashtag, the beautiful covers, beautiful pictures, like just stunning shots, stunning people. It was gorgeous. And then, of course, the whites had to get involved. And they tried to I was shocked by my statement. White people were like, oh, it's an art challenge. So white people started doing it. And I was like, no, this was a space to be like, because Vogue wasn't letting black people on the cover. So the black people were making themselves look like the cover. And people were trying to change it to be an art challenge when it wasn't at all. And I was like, guys, stop it. But it's just like all these people are like, well, we want to be in on it too. And I was like, there are things we don't get to do and we're not allowed to be involved in. That's our ancestors' fault. just sit back and look at the pretty pictures sometimes, guys. Okay, so because of all of the cop stuff that's been happening, the police brutality and whatnot, networks have canceled Live PD and Cops. Live PD was apparently a version of Cops. So networks have canceled both Live PD and Cops. So those apparently Cops had footage of a police brutality and like weren't showing it, like weren't turning it in, weren't doing anything with it, and they just had footage of it. So people haven't liked them for a while. So those shows are done. La-di-da. Okay, so usually when I do this show, I go onto Twitter and look at all the like explore tabs, entertainment, fun, news, sports, blah, blah. The fun one is usually packed. And now each week there's been like maybe 3 or 4 little things inside the fun tab. So they're few, but I decided to talk about one of them. And one of them was, what state buys... Wait, hold on. What was it called?
What candy?
What candy, yeah. What candy your state buys the most. So I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to tell you guys all 50 of them, but I did look up California's. Do you know what it is, Mom? Did you look at this?
No. M&M's?
No, that was most states. Most states was M&M's, Starburst, Skittles, and then there were a few Kit Kats or Snickers. Ours was Jolly Ranchers.
No.
Okay.
No.
Listen, just because you don't eat them, I remember Colleen being obsessed with Jolly Ranchers for a hot second.
She was.
But you can't deny that, like, that's not it. The candy sold the most in California is Jolly Ranchers.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yes, you do, because I just told you.
I've bought enough dark chocolate that should have been on the top of the list.
You guys do buy a lot of chocolate. M&M's was a lot of people's, though. Like that, I kept seeing that one over because I did scroll through to see if any like.
Well, I'm not a big fan of M&M's, but I'll
you put
them.
They go with a lot of stuff, though. Like thinking about it, like you bake
cookies,
with M&M's,
you put them in brownies,
and like during Halloween, that's always like a little pack of M&M's.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Dad used to eat a lot of M&M's.
He still does.
Tootsie Rolls and M&M's.
There's always a jar of M&M's at this house.
Yeah, so you'd think. So I just read that in New Zealand, crowds are allowed to attend sports events again.
Well,
so like
they don't have any COVID there anymore.
Yeah, this could be us, guys. Yep. We could be watching sports live or on TV right now if y'all weren't idiots. And if our government ran this properly, we need a woman freaking president that has a baby. Because the Prime Minister in New Zealand is freaking crushing it. Yeah. I love her and I want to know her. She did. She had a terrorist attack. Like a volcano erupted, and she had a freaking COVID pandemic, and she handled it all perfectly with a baby in her arms. And gosh darn it, that's what this world needs. Shout out to their prime minister. She freaking rules. Speaking of sports, though, the U.S. Soccer has repealed their policy requiring athletes to stand during the national anthem. And they also apologized for saying that they couldn't kneel in solidarity with Colin Kaepernick's kneeling protest that he did a few years back. So when that happened, one female soccer player knelt in solidarity with Colin Kaepernick, and then they were like, no, everyone has to stand. Damn it. So
I think people didn't understand in the beginning what that all meant.
Yes, I will say that
kind of got glossed over.
it did
'Cause
get glossed over.
I had to ask you a couple times, what did that mean?
Yes.
Like,
What
out of
happened?
ignorance.
Yes, because what happened was he knelt. No, he didn't kneel. The first time Colin Kaepernick did anything was he sat on a bench during the national anthem, and someone saw him do it. He didn't say anything. He didn't say he was going to do it. He just one day sat during the national anthem, and then someone took notice, and he was like, "I don't feel I can stand and salute a flag that's not doing what it says. Like, this country's not doing what it says it's going to do. Police brutality and this racism that's still in this country is happening, and America says it's like the land of the free and that it's for all people and, like, you know, all this stuff, but it's not. And I just don't feel
All
I can
created
stand."
equal.
Yeah, he's like, "I don't feel I can stand for the flag." And it was never a stance against the flag or the military. It was like the police brutality is happening against Black people. Racism is still very much alive in this country. And I don't think I can, like, salute the country when this is happening.
No.
And because people ask, "Why'd you sit?" And then he has a military friend that was like, "Bro, sitting is a little disrespectful. When there's a fallen soldier, we kneel at their grave." Or, like, during something, he's like, "We kneel." And he said, "Take a knee." And Colin Kaepernick said, "Okay, I don't want to be disrespectful. I'll take a knee." So that's when he started kneeling.
Mm-hmm.
And then everyone that didn't like the fact that he was what he was protesting, they're like, he was protesting racism and police brutality. They all decided to change the narrative. All the outlets, and they're like, he's disrespecting the military and the flag.
Yeah, that's all I had heard.
Yes, that is never what it was about. It was always about police brutality. He said that over and over and over and over again, and no one wanted to listen because a Black man was, you know, fighting for something, and they didn't like it. So they just decided to turn everyone against him when he was trying to peacefully, silently protest, and they didn't like it. So the people that were listening took a knee with him, and people didn't like that because they weren't paying attention, and they didn't want to do research. No one wants to do their own research. They just hear something, and that's what happens. I say we don't fact check or research things here, but
you do.
I do. Like, I might not have all the facts, and I'll say if I don't have all the facts, but I know what the gist of things are.
Yeah.
So anyway, the U.S. Soccer repealed their thing saying you can't kneel, which is good, and they apologized. That's what I like the most, is that they apologized. This is a random little fact I read on the twits.
Oh, okay.
I just spilt water from my mug, All Things Internet mug. So remember when Butthead was elected and he went to the White House?
I remember.
Melania stayed back in New York. And she was like, "Well, I don't want my son's school to be interrupted."
Nope.
And you know what? Everyone on both sides was like, "We get it, girl. Stay in New York. It's costing us taxpayer money, but, like, we get it. You don't want to live with him. We understand." And then we found out it wasn't because she didn't want to, well, it might have been because she didn't want to disrupt her son's school year, but she was renegotiating her prenup with him. Girl.
Smart girl.
I don't like her, but I understand. So she had leverage and she freaking used it. Okay. I just love that came out. I get it. I don't abide by it. I'm not cool with it, but, like, I get it. So, speaking of our crappy government and Butthead, the Trump administration took away all laws protecting transgender people in the healthcare community. This was something that huge had happened. This is terrible. I'm fully against it. I'm disgusted that it happened. On Pride Month, on the anniversary of the Pulse shooting, the Trump administration announced that trans people have no rights in the healthcare community. So if a doctor knows that you're trans, they can say, "No, I'm not going to help you." If you're bleeding out in front of them, they can go, "No, I'm not going to help you."
But doctors took an oath.
Mom, you would be surprised.
Doctors take an oath.
I'm aware they took an oath. Do you know how many stories I've heard of, like, doctors not... Do you know? Okay, there's a huge thing that's happening right now is that doctors are coming out and being like, Black women are never taken seriously at the doctor. They could be like, "My leg hurts," and they'll be like, "No, it doesn't." Like,
what?
Yeah, this is a huge thing that's happening. I'll send you some links. But doctors coming out and being like, "Yeah, this is real." Like, racism in the healthcare community is a huge crisis. and like they're not they don't get the fair treatment, they don't get taken seriously, they don't get the best coverage, like, and it's not a good thing. I'll send you some links. But
Okay.
what was I gonna say? So yeah, so Black trans women get like the bottom of the barrel, and so Obama put in rights being like, you have to treat them, whether like no matter how they identify, you have to treat them.
They're a human being.
They're human beings. You have to treat human beings that come to you.
Yeah.
And so now if you get a homophobic doctor, which, Mom, there's plenty of homophobic doctors, especially in the South, and if they know that you're trans or you're gay, they don't have to treat you. Isn't that terrible? They're humans.
Because a person's a person.
Thank you.
That's from Seussical.
I know. I was about to say Horton Hears a Who.
But it's true.
A person, no matter how small.
Or big, or color, or gender.
A person's a person.
A person's a person.
Anyway.
Anyway.
That's, he's a dick. Anyway. Oh, Taylor Swift, who's just for years was not political, and now she's getting all political, and I love it. She, on Twitter, called out Tennessee to remove monuments that celebrate racist historical figures. So she's from Tennessee, and she was like, hey, remove them. I love her for it. I get it. She's
Did they?
Some have been destroyed by people, and they said that in order to, they vowed to replace them, but they also said in order to get rid of them, they have to be restored to their original thing and then sent to a museum or sent to a thingy. So they're like, no matter what, we have to restore them. The stupid old tradition rules that don't make any sense.
Well, maybe to them they're like works of art, not so much who the person is.
No, okay.
I don't know.
So if someone murdered me and then someone else made a statue of them, would you be like, it's a work of art? Or would you burn it, throw it in the river, and spit on it?
Have you seen those things where you throw things in and it just crushes everything? Those things that go like this?
Oh, yeah. The scissor things.
That comes to mind.
There you go. See? Work of art my butt. Okay. So earlier this week, Starbucks announced that they wouldn't let employees wear Black Lives Matter gear while working. And everyone was very confused because they said it would advocate a political, religious, or personal issue. So they were like, it would be like Starbucks is taking a personal stance on this. You can't wear it.
But they let them wear
pride stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's everyone was like, wait, but you hand out pride pins. Why are you racist but not homophobic? And like the internet obviously was like, nope, this isn't it, Starbucks. So Starbucks retracted their decision and then just started producing Black Lives Matter shirts for their employees.
Good.
So if you don't think the internet can do things, the internet can do things. Man, I have to say, I've been watching Gen Z. So I'm a millennial, and the generation after me is Gen Z, for those who want to know. Gen Z's crushing it. They're like, we are not. No. See, us millennials like kind of had to pick up. The generation before us kind of screwed everything up. The boomers screwed everything up. And so, hey, listen. Admit to your faults. So us millennials were like trying to pick back up. And then Gen Z's like, we got it. We got it from here. We can do this. Man, they're crushing it. And I love seeing it. I love seeing young people get involved and like active and stuff. Hypes me up, man. And then the last thing I saw this week.
Oh, whippersnappers.
Hey, at least I'm not like, this new generation is disgusting. I love the new generation. Oh, love it. Get it. You guys with your technology. Changing the world. We spoke briefly about Pride. Pride Month is this month, by the way. We forgot to mention that on our first episode of this month. It is Pride Month. Love you guys. All of you. Tana Mojo came out and said, I love people for who they are. I'm not attracted to a gender. Some people call it pansexual or bisexual. She's like, I don't like putting labels in it. I just fall in love with people I fall in love with. So shout out to Tana. Love it. Keep up with it, girl. All right. That's all the news I have. Mom, do you have any news?
I did find something out today.
I would love to hear what you found out.
Well, there's these little things called mosquitoes, and they bite us, and we have this horrible reactions to them. My ankle swelled up twice as big as it's supposed to be.
Yes.
So
You
I
got a bug
looked
bite.
into citronella plants and lemongrass plants because it says they repel mosquitoes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's all well and good, but they don't just grow in, mosquitoes stay away. You have to go up and crush them so the oils come out.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not fun.
I was disappointed.
I'm sorry, Mom.
That's what I found out.
I love your news so much.
I was ready to plant them.
I was too. I heard about it because my brother Trent looked it up about what keeps mosquitoes away. And I was like, I could plant some lemongrass. Don't even know what that looks like. I can get it.
It's their grass, tall grass clumps.
Love that.
But
Love
it's the oil inside that the mosquitoes don't like. So you'd have to go out and crush your plants every time you go out? Just
Yeah,
light
they
a
would
candle.
die.
Light a citronelle candle.
Yeah.
Oh, and if you go to the nursery and say, I want a citronelle plant, they give you this ornamental type one. It's not even real. You have to say the name of the real one. And again, it's got to be crushed.
Sounds like you're having a hard time.
I do not like mosquitoes.
I know. My mom. I went over a few weeks ago to have dinner with my parents and my sister. And since I'm not quarantining myself, I have to stay outside and 10 feet away from everybody. And so I do. And so I was like, yeah, I'll come over for dinner. We'll have a picnic outside. And everyone's like, yes, let's do this. I go over. My dad is the only one that will come outside because my mom is scared of the mosquitoes.
How many times did you get bit, Rachel? How many times?
7 times.
Ooh,
But it was
I can't even handle one.
It was for the family. I was there for the family. She opens the bathroom window and is standing on the toilet talking to me through the screen. Like,
I didn't get bit then. I got bit when I went in the backyard in the morning. What the heck?
They're all at all times, Mom. They're out at all times.
Yeah. So I'm going to have to put on the DEET.
Yeah, we don't want to put the DEET on.
I
That's the
don't
only
want to
thing
put
that
the
works.
DEET on.
I've tried so many things and nothing works.
Yeah. Yeah.
My friend just sent me a thing saying sign the petition. Okay, I will.
Better research it first.
No, she's legit. I'll just sign whatever she sends me. She was they're also in LA, but like the main strip, Hollywood, where like there's the handprints and stuff. There was this all Black Lives Matter team that was drawing all Black lives on the street, and then her and one other person decided to paint a mural on one of these storefronts that they had their permission to do, which is the fists of all different colors. And then another store saw them doing it. Like, hey, can you do it at our store? Like Foot Locker did. And then another, like a Chinese restaurant was like, hey, can you do that at ours? So her and her friend just decided like, okay, we're going to do this one mural. And eventually had like 20 people, 30 people doing a bunch of murals all up and down Hollywood the other day. I love having cool friends. These are the people. Allison, you know her. She's one of my basketball friends. She was awesome. She does I just made my computer go black. Dang it. If you put my mouse to the bottom right of my screen, it makes my computer black.
Oh no.
Oh,
we can't see you.
I know. I'm back now. Can you see me?
I can see you.
Okay. Anyway, so Allison's amazing and she's the one that just sent me sign the petition. So that's what I'm going to do after this. So before we move on from the news, let's see if we have a sponsor for today. All right. Don't know if we did or not. Get told that later. We didn't come up with a game for today. Sorry. So we're just going to move on to questions. Good. Allison says, Gwen, what's on your tray?
Oh, my notes, my phone, and my tea.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Bianca asks, are you going to visit Disneyland when it reopens next month?
No.
No. Guys.
It'll be years before I go to Disneyland.
Yeah. Let me explain something. Things are not reopening because it's safer or because COVID numbers are dropping or because we found some magical way to cure COVID.
They're going up in California.
Numbers are going up like crazy. People are still dying. People are still getting COVID. People are still hospitalized. Things are reopening because our country, capitalism, needs the money. People need the money. Disneyland's losing billions.
Employees need to work.
Employees need to work. So instead of our government helping or doing the right thing, like New Zealand did, they're just like, well, let's just reopen everything. So things aren't reopening because it's safe. Things are reopening because money is needed by businesses, employees, and corporations.
But it's your own individual decision if you go out or not.
I don't need to go out. Therefore, I'm not going to. I'm going to the grocery store, the pet store, and I think I've gone to the nursery. That's the end of it. And I've had a plumber here. I've had a sprinkler guy here because the things in my house needed to be fixed. So that's about as much exposure as I'm doing. Restaurants aren't opening because it's safe to do so. They're opening because restaurant people work on tips and they need they need butts in the seats to get the tips. So I'm not going anywhere until COVID's done. I'm not going because it's open. I'm going to go because it's safe. So there you go. Rebecca says, if you were going to do a woodworking project together with someone in the family, who would it be and what would you build? Sorry, Mom. I would build a kitchen table with Christopher.
Nice.
What would you build and with who?
I would ask you to build me a new patio roof because mine's falling down.
I know. You need a new patio roof.
I do.
Brandon asks, do you miss the old YouTube days? Challenges, collabs? Yes and no. I mean, it was easier when there was just a challenge going around. I didn't have to think of a video idea. But I think not having that, I've created my own thing,
you have.
I guess. I'm like, before people would be like, what's your channel? And I'm like, I do everything. And now I'm like, I test products, basically. I test hacks, products, and, things I hear. So I feel like I've made more of a thing. But yeah, obviously it was easier when there was just a challenge and it was just funny. There's definitely aspects I miss, but things change. You can't dwell on it. Yeah, I'm still going.
Life goes on.
Life happens. Life goes on, man. Life goes on.
You gotta adjust.
Yep. Alicia says, do you feel pressure to act a certain way on camera? I don't. I'm more energetic, but I don't feel like there's a pressure. It's not like, oh, I have to fake it and turn the camera on and fake anything. I'm more energetic.
And if you feel that way, you usually don't film. You wait till you're in the right mood.
Yeah. So I guess that is the pressure to not film unless I feel more energetic.
Yeah.
But it's not like I change who I am at all.
No.
I don't cuss when I'm on camera. I cuss in real life.
Never.
Oh, I've gotten you to say a few words before.
Never.
Okay, see, you act like a goody two-shoes on camera.
I am.
I know you. You pee with the door open.
Because I had 4 kids that kept pushing it open. Might as well leave it open.
We had direct access.
It was easier than bang, bang, bang.
And you know what? You could hear us better. So you could hear if we were getting into something. You could hear everything. There was no sneaking around, especially with how small that house was.
Well, yeah.
There was no sneaking around. There was no privacy. So doors were pointless. Shea asks, do you appreciate when celebrities announce they donated to charities, or does it feel like bragging and you'd rather them be quiet and donate? This is something I've talked about multiple times. This is something I've contemplated. Like, when you donate, should you announce it or keep it private? Does it feel like bragging, or is it bringing attention to the cause? It depends how they do it. But when someone donates and then doesn't say anything about it, people think that they're not doing something. There's been times when Kim Kardashian or Kylie Jenner donated, but they didn't say they did because they were like, we don't want people thinking that we're bragging. So they didn't donate. And then people are like, you don't even care. Like, why don't you open your wallets? You're billionaires. Like, well, and they're like, we did donate. So it's like this weird thing where if you don't say that you donated, people are going to attack you. But when you do donate, people think, and then you say it, people think that you're like not sincere about your donation. It's a very like, it's a
See, I come from the old school of it's a personal, private thing.
Yeah.
And I don't tell anybody.
What I do is if there's not like a movement happening, I'm pretty quiet about my donations. Mm-hmm. Like I do a lot of like GoFundMe's, or if my friends are running something, I do a lot of those, and I have no need to like tell the internet.
Right.
But when it's something like the Black Lives Matter revolution, I want people to know I'm involved. I want people to know where I stand on it. And then I'm doing everything I can to help and be a part of it. And I want people to know where they should feel comfortable donating their money. Like, I've done my research. This is a place where I'm donating to. If you haven't done research, you don't want to do research, but you have some money you want to give, this is a place you can do it.
Yeah.
And so, like, when nothing's happening and it's just, you feel like donating, donate. You don't need to like tell everyone that you're doing it. But I feel when movements are happening, then you can say it like, hey guys, it's Pride Month. Let's donate to this place together. Or COVID happened. Let's donate to some places that have COVID. Or the Black Lives Matter movement's happening. Let's help. So I think it's, let people know during a movement, but other times, like, I guess it's private. It's a fine line. It's weird. And I think it's
to each his own.
Yeah. All right, Mom. That's all I got. Do you got anything else?
I got nothing else.
You got nothing else? Can you grab your painting?
Oh, it is really bad. Because it's just like the first
I just need to see. I'm gonna guess what it was supposed to be. I know they're all landscapes.
Do I have to go get it? It's way outside.
It's way outside.
And it's still wet. My hands will get all wet. I just got all the paint off me.
Will you send me a picture
all
of
right.
it? And I'll post it on the podcast ATI Twitter account.
Oh,
please.
I didn't even get to the parts.
Take a picture of yours and take a picture of Dad's, and then I'll post it. And
he worked a half an hour more on it.
I'm just gonna ask people to guess what it is.
Okay.
All right. But that's it. We love you guys. COVID is still here. Please wear your masks. Don't go anywhere if you don't have to. Wash your hands. Be smart.
Think of your dad for next Sunday.
Think of your dad. Oh, Father's Day.
Do something nice. Do something nice for your dad next Sunday.
Guys, if you have money, donate. If you have a email, sign pictures, petitions. What? Be active. Vote. Register to vote. Be aware of who you're voting for.
All the things.
All the things. Do all the things. Be a good person. That's what it comes down to. All right. I love you. Mom, take us out.
See you next time on All Things Internet.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of All Things Internet. Please make sure to like and follow our podcast on whichever platform you're currently listening to it on. And make sure to follow us at Podcast ATI on Twitter, where you can ask questions and get the latest updates on our show. We love you. Thanks for listening. I'm Rachel Ballinger, and this has been All Things Internet.